Do we have information on all of these playtesters? They are giving us nothing on their faces.
5 minutes.
Well, she's sort of, I think, in a resting happy face. She just seems happy the whole time, but everyone else is just like, thank God I'm getting $10.
I started in this industry. I always shudder when I say this, but I started in 1989 as a game tester at Sega. And when I finished school, I had no idea that they paid people to test games.
Jason is going to give you a cool presentation that breaks down all the combat, and then we're going to let you play through. Awesome. Like I said, we are making incredible progress. I am very surprised at how fast everybody seemed to pick up the controls. Like, they seem to just adjust to it very quickly.
It's almost like they could be good.
Not a lot to study, which is good, also.
Yeah.
There's only a couple things on here.
Well, you know, pick up and play. Addictive. That's how we
thing.
roll. What? Sorry, this is my director. She is actually guiding me through this entire
Yumi's
program.
like, you're already 4.5 minutes off schedule. Get on schedule.
It's amazing. Thank you, Yumi. I will stay on this. That's true. She could be smiling beneath the frame. I'm gonna go with I believe she's smiling beneath the frame.
Can you get me a larger monitor? I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is a little small. This is not the executive monitor we normally have, so you'll have to slum it like the rest of us. Is he trying to hit the kid? He is. Look at him. He's trying to punch. He's good at killing. What are your predictions? Do you think they're going to give it really good scores, really bad scores? With that, the lack of facial expression, I can't tell where any of them are at. If they are enjoying it, if they're bored. I just see Derek. Derek, he just looks so professional.
So what did you guys think about the sun? Was it useful, not useful?
Yeah.
Very useful. Yeah.
He electrocuted guys. Without that, it'd be a nightmare.
I am not a blocker in God of War. Never have been.
Is that the old way, where if you just keep doing the combo and they've chosen to block, they will just keep blocking until you stop?
Yeah, they will never stop
Yeah.
until you either block break them.
They're like the Terminator blocks.
And I don't want to babysit someone. That's the whole fun of being Kratos, is running through and mercilessly murdering people with fist weapons and hammers.
Yeah, we just have to make sure we're in agreement of like, okay, these are the possibilities and what.
Are we in
should do.
agreement?
Yeah. I don't know. We never talked about it. So.
What do you think?
That's the most satisfying thing is when they dodge my attack. It's just not something I'm used to.
Oh yeah, turn it up, turn it up.
It was. I didn't think the button layout.
My question is, why didn't the sun ever get attacked? Because someone's just kind of like, hey, I'm here. I'm like your OP, like, freezer. Yeah.
OP freezer?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, like, it was helpful, but...
Here? What is this? What is this craziness?
Yeah, he's definitely on the OP side, but it's fun.
I did not know what that meant.
That's true.
During the playtest, I was like,
Really?
it was really OP for me.
So like it felt really like I didn't even have to pay attention to him, and he was just kind of like a fairy sitting on my shoulder, like shooting stunning arrows, and it was really overpowered and it felt really cheap.
Like the addition of like the sun kind of felt very cosmetic because I feel like you could have like the same ability without the sun even being there. And so I feel like if like the sun was supposed to be like an integral part of like the game, then like he should have a role and like the player should always be like actively aware of that, like as like a liability, or like maybe like having the sun like play a larger role in combat.
This is the all or nothing. It's everything. Like, we are literally all in on this game. You have to get 150 people who are very stubborn and passionate and creative to all see a similar picture that doesn't exist. And doubt is the demon that lives in the ear of every person in this industry. That is, to me, the biggest obstacle. Keeping everyone focused on the goal and not listening to that little demon in their ear that says, they're all gonna laugh at you and it's not gonna work, right? And it's like, I have the exact same thing in both ears constantly, but I'm still trying to steer people back. And, you know, you have to be able to trust each other that you can fail and openly fail together and still recover, right? Otherwise, everybody just starts protecting what they're doing and nobody wants to share anything. A lot of what we're doing is not simply throwing every single thing out. It's looking at the DNA of what God of War is and finding out the mountain we had to climb to kind of change this franchise. It is the traditional sort of child coming of age, but it's also Kratos kind of coming of age. The idea of Kratos being a closet human being, right? Somebody who hides his humanity, somebody who is shunned and run away from it. So we've always kind of kept it a little bit open just to allow people to freely play with it, but now we're going to start really honing in on forcing people to have to use the sun to create opportunities.
I see rooms there. It reads, sacrifice your arms to the center of the water. Awaken again the cradle of the world. What? Throw our weapons into the water?
And that is the lead-in to the whole World Serpent coming out. So that way, at least it shows, hey look, he's saying be a warrior, everyone's a bad guy. And then when you meet this World Serpent, the thing in that whole God of War universe that always would seem like the bad guy is the one thing the kid says, hey, this is actually the good guy. I think everybody recognizes we get one shot. We screw this up, I don't see us making another one. You know, it's a massive bet. No pressure.
It's an interesting approach because in the last ones, you know, how he killed his family, and in this one, he's actually got something left, so it might be interesting how they use him.
I think it looks like a badass Kratos. I love the beard. After everything he's gone through, he's still badass.
So being from Norway, does it seem legit?
Well, it's gonna be fun. I don't know yet. I haven't got any hands-on time, so it looks nice, but until I get to play it, I don't know.
I want to first start by welcoming all of you guys to the God of War Behind the Curtain panel.
Hello everyone, I'm Corey Barlog. I'm the director of the game and I make their lives completely miserable on a daily basis. That's really it. That's the best description of it.
You would tab over to the journal, then you would have...
When you're tabbing,
yep.
You could tap fast, right? Like,
yeah, oh yeah, it's instantaneous.
What's happening on screen while I'm tabbing? It's staying on the current screen until we make the selection and stop tabbing, and then what happens?
Currently, just by moving over to this, there's no like confirm input to go to it. So
yes.
Currently, as you tab over, you instantaneously bring this UI screen up.
So when I
we can look at that.
tab, tab, it instantaneously moves?
We have an in-game part of that, Corey. We
can look at that
literally right now.
Literally.
Yep.
Not
Like
figuratively.
turn around and it's right behind you.
Metaphorically. No, you're just trying to trick me and have me not see these.
All right, well, let's get to it because we have a lot of questions going on. You know, this is a big reimagining of God of War. So I think my first question really would be for Shannon. You guys were, I guess the fairest way to say it is at a crossroads a couple years ago for the studio.
You know, as we were kind of at that crossroads, it was really apparent to me that we needed to really look for a new beginning and someone that could tell that new beginning in a way that causing problems.
So here we need a fade to black for the duration of this.
We need an action that blacks out the screen, right? We're not going to fade to black.
Well, the action is the hand coming over.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not going to look like a fade to black, right?
Well, we're going to try our best to make
it's not going to look like a fade to black. Awesome.
I realized that when I made the first and second game, I was a very different person than I am today. I'm a bigger asshole today than I was then. Growth, people. It's fantastic. Are we sure about the size of this arena?
That's a big art scope, just throw it out there.
How much work has that been? This should have been noted long ago.
Weeks and weeks and weeks.
We looked at multiple times. What's the problem? What's the real problem?
I'm just asking, do you think this arena is the right
helps to work with absolutely great people. I am surrounded by people that are so much better than me.
It would be nice to have this effect. It would be nice to have this breakable. It would be nice to have this and that. And it's like, dude, 10 days away from beta lock.
It's been tough. It's been tough the last, few years. It's never easy balancing all these personalities and all this talent.
If you guys think it's not a problem, then it's not a problem. That's why I formed it as a question. I'm asking them, not you. Okay.
I mean, it's definitely not a problem.
Okay.
Every story that you tell, everything that you make, you have to have some kind of personal connection to it, some kind of truth that comes from your own life.
Right now, this is a giant empty space that doesn't have anything in the ways of interaction or change.
We've changed everything from the combat to the mechanics to including the sun to the environment to everything is different, new, and fresh.
Scary.
And scary.
Needs to be lock it down. Yeah. Move it forward, lock it down. Move it forward, lock it down as a leader.
I find myself sometimes terrified at the decisions that we're making.
We made the choice. We gotta figure out how to make that shit work.
You have something that fans really care about and players really care about, but we still want to flip everything, break it apart, and then start putting it back together slowly.
That's just the level. The view of the floor on every single level.
We bump in together every once in a while.
Sure.
But it's all for the good of the ultimate goal of greatness.
I'm so thankful every single day that they're the ones that have to do the hard work. Those guys are busting their ass. But we brought this dude on, we passed on other people to bring that guy on. So I don't want any more fucking excuses from that guy. I just want to get shit done.
And I just want to thank Corey, Ariel, Jeet, and Shannon for joining us today on the God of War Behind the Curtain panel.
Yeah, because it fell through the cracks on that one.
I feel like this whole time we were supposed to have you play the game, but you haven't played the game.
Right. What'll be great is if we boot this up and it doesn't work. Now I'm very excited. I want to try that out. So 391.95. I have no idea what that means.
I'm able to now share with you guys the specific release date. The date we've landed on is March 13th, 2018. This is also going to be 11 years to the day from Corey Barlog's God of War 2 that came out on March 13th, 2007.
Up until this point, I think a lot of it has been we have latitude and we have time and we have the ability to tune and think and iterate in a way that allows lots of different perspectives. And as that time starts dwindling down, the number of touches you can get to do to validate the decision that you want to make starts sort of going down and down, right? It's risk versus reward, right? We're like, well, there's this issue at the end. If we fix it, man, the payoff is huge, but the risk is super high, so what do you want to do?
So the bug is you're invulnerable. And so what'll happen is you can kind of walk into the trap, and then really bad things start happening.
Yesterday I was in the middle of taking a bunch of, oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Fuck. There's no reason at this phase that the log should just be walking on its own. It's the magic log right there.
So currently we have about 3,878 total bugs in the database.
We're supposed to be at 0 bugs right now. That was our goal. And we're here in the state where we still have quite a lot of bugs open.
This is a perfect example of the bizarre shit happening with the kid's face.
Well, you don't want to have triplicates of the same bug, so going through and if anything is called out for one of your guys' groups, just say, oh, we're already doing this.
This is a good example of the average scenario that happens in a day in my life.
Seriously?
Now I'm looking at the game as a whole going, there's no way we're gonna stabilize this.
Oh my God, seriously, can we go out there and tell them to fucking stop?
I know many of you have been pushing really hard to been asking people to step up their hours, their time spent in the studio. I know people have made some compromises to make this work and to bring home the result that the studio needs. So to those of you who've been pushing hard towards these goals, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think we,
I And I really did believe, I think 4 weeks ago, that we were on target. We were absolutely no problem going to make the date. Now,
all right. So, in terms of release date?
Yeah, so I need to start to be committed to a January 9th sort of status on announcing release.
I don't know. Scary, scary thing is I really, really don't know.
Which means beg for more time. What do we do if they say no?
We're screwed.